Hey everyone, Scott Meyer here from Chipp, back for another Chipp Champion segment. We are with Robby Doyle, the best Doyle since Brunson, throwing down the aces with his new app, Taxie. So excited to see it. So, Robby, tell us where you're calling in from and what you're building.
And I got the Doyle Brunson. I usually get a Doyle Rules.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you
pretty
for
good.
using the actual thing. But yeah, I Scott was great. He's a great, always leads up and tries to find new people and small little Discord chat. And it turns into a great integration with my app. And what I'm building is something called Taxi. It's a very original name. It's provides speedy insight to your personal tax questions using OpenAI. So, recently got married last year and I had a bunch of questions with getting married and like, how does that with the taxes? Can I do it yet? Can I do it not yet? And I did a little Google search and I got 7 ads and 3 different articles with more ads and one answer here, another answer there, and just so kind of convoluted where I was like, can I just like, and this was kind of where ChatGPT, OpenAI was like super hot. And I was like, can I just throw this answer in here? And sure enough, I got something that I liked a lot more. And I like, it's like, wow, I wish I did this in the first 5 minutes. So I said, well, what if there was something that you could do that and have a nice, easy interface, have all your questions really close by? You could pick up your conversations if you'd like to, and you don't really have to deal with digging for your solutions anymore. And that's kind of what Taxi aims to be and aims to provide. And, I think as models and everything gets more integrated, and I think companies try to, target users and keep a little bit of pricing subscription based. I think usage based plans and tokens based plans that Chip really aims to provide, I thought was just great for the whole endpoint. Where as far as somebody who's a creator, somebody who's a user, and keep the transparency as one to one as possible.
That's amazing. Yeah. And tell us you integrated, you're a little bit more technical. So tell us how you integrated Chipp and then maybe you can show us it in action.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, just let me know if whenever you want me to share my screen. But I use Vue.js. I know, really hot topic word for the app, and I've been using Vue for work for my company for about 4 years now, and I think it's fantastic. And so I use the Next framework on top of Superbase database to provide just all of the kind of like auth logic, some of the profile stuff that we do, save some of the basic tax information that somebody might use, such as filing status, salary. So that's stuff that I'll show in a bit. But I think to provide that end-to-end experience, because they can provide a lot of the stuff that I think Next.js does too, but I just love kind of working in Vue and the templating and stuff like that. And Nux just provides such a great developer experience. And I've done it for a couple projects. And so I just naturally kind of migrated my way there. So, you know, maybe in the coming years or coming months, we could get a Nux module for Chip and you guys would be flying away with all the Nux users.
Love it. I love it. We'll
But,
do it. Well, show us that,
but
show us that taxi in action. I'd love to see how
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
working. And in case anyone has tax questions, they can go check it out.
Yeah, so definitely a little project of mine in the small world. I'm the only person who's working on this, and so right now we're just getting fired up with Chip, and so I've been integrating newer ways to kind of just inspire call to actions with the tokens. Again, speedy insight for your personal tax questions. A lot of the pain points that I was just talking about here with just regular search engines and trying to find your answers. I know it's crazy where like I think some people have simple ones, but you know, when you go on Reddit, there's so many descriptive questions like, my I had this happened and I had this here, and I think it's great to kind of convolute that into one kind of place and you can get those answers as soon as possible where you can. In addition to that, you can definitely share your insight into a lot of that stuff, but This is kind of the token-based pricing that we started to roll out with Chip. Super transparent and super easy. You know, I think doing a $5 for those questions and maybe questions that you have for like 2 years easily if you're something that you want to roll through. But simply jump into conversations. You can ask questions. These are conversations that I've asked a lot for. So like, recently I've been dealing with medical payments and stuff. So can I deduct physical therapy co-payments? And we can get a lot of these examples from these questions right here for share. This opens up like text message or like iMessage and it feeds the question and the body that you got from the reply. And you can share that off to your, significant others, family, friends. And then you can also kind of help by rating the product too. So you can rate the product, rate your conversation rather, and you can keep going on your way. I started working on the profile. So we have our credit balance that we use with Chip. Fire off that, go over to Chip. I think the best way for the demo is to use Chip, right? Right,
That's
Scott?
right. That's right. Love it.
Add up our taxes, our credits, and again, super easy and fast. It's like they thought about this. I don't know why. And boom, we have 5,000 more credits into our account and we can start asking questions. But here, right now, just basic tax information about where you are as far as the location, as far as state, city, county, filing status, if you're filing married or single, spouse salary, and the number of dependents that you might have. So as far as like roadmap stuff that we go, it would be super easy as far as like claiming side income, doing other things that once there's capabilities to input files and forms, I would love to kind of do a lot of fine tuning so that people could, like, let's say, input W-2s or input something like a form, and they could get insight to how they might be able to fill it out. And that would be a way to integrate, more personal, secure ways to get resource information as fast as possible to you.
That's awesome.
And
That's cool. People can check it out at taxie.help, right? TAXIE.help. And
yes, Taxi help. You can go over there, taxi.help. Always showing off the newer stuff, but you can go there. You can ask your questions right now for free if you want. Got some extra credits in there. Fire away, ask a bunch of
yeah.
questions.
What would you
And
say, Robby, to other builders out there? Like, what have you learned from, you mentioned we met in build space that encourage people to build, people who are maybe on the fence thinking about building something. Why does it matter? Like, why do you have a side hustle or even care about trying to build new stuff?
I think building is in everyone. And I think you can think about it in a ton of different ways, whether you're a kid and you like to draw, or you like to build with Legos, or you tore something apart. I think everybody wants to build something. And so, especially now more than ever, I was thinking back when I started coding, I went to school as a graphic designer and I got a degree as that. And I just, saw code as such a way where I had all these new tools at my expense to kind of build something. And now it's even more easier. And so, if somebody's always on the fence as far as like, oh, can I make an app? Or, oh, can I have this idea? Can I bring it to people? You know, I'm horrible at it and I'm telling people I could suggest now is the easiest time to do that. And so I think um whether it's building something for your friends, that's something that I do. If you enjoy sports or something like that, finding a way to provide to build something like that. Just doing something like that, I think it inspires a lot of creativity. You learn new skills and you never know who's gonna talk to you on Discord or, you know, find a chat to integrate something and an idea of your own. And, it can catch fire and the rest is history. So I think, don't be scared to really explore, even coding or even something where it's a no code. I think there's so much potential everywhere around you to really provide that stuff. And example, just like Chip, really helping, you know, users provide stuff like that to them, such as payment and making it as easy as possible for them. And that's another great example
That's awesome. Well, thanks for taking time, Robbie. Great to have you.
for sure.